AUD CHF weekly outlook for the week of 6/15/2020. All right. So similar to the others, of course, downtrend, downtrend, downtrend. Big spike into the low from coronavirus. That made a super, super low low. So you can see the previous areas of demand were just completely obliterated through here. And we've got a new level there. So, looking at the weekly, like I said, look for extreme high, extreme low, and look at the obvious past, couple weeks of candles. All right, so we can see we've tapped into an area of resistance here with the 6,700 area. Probably go 67, I don't know, 67.5, 6,700. We'll go ahead and tag that. We'll go 67. I like it. I'm gonna put that white. We'll go white, go less. I don't want it too big. All right, so 6,700. Tapped into that, couldn't hold. As you can see, resistance, support, support. Pretty good level. Not as good as the others we went over, but nevertheless, it's there. And let's see. So if we do go bullish, where's the next potential target? It would be 6,700. Beyond that, we're looking at 68. Nice 100 pip move there. Yeah, like 68.5 would be the next target. Would be the next major support or resistance. 68.5. Tag that. Okay, and then the lower level, we're sitting at it. We're really sitting at that lower level of support here. We have it here on the bottom, on the left here. Comes across, we've tagged it, we've rejected it, and we're trying to break it again. So, um, probably just take it here. This would be the next level here on the weekly. See how this wick comes into it to retest. I'm not gonna get a psychological though. Well, we can 63.5. It's not really what we're looking for as far as like a weekly psychological level, but that'll work. 63.5. All right, so there we go. Weekly. Go to the daily. All right, so strong bullish movement over the past couple months, and then we got some rejection here. We reached the high, extreme high, 6,700 rejected. Can't stay above it. And back underwater here, tag this level of support at 64.2. Sorry, 64.5. And then reject. So in the other Aussie pairs, we haven't actually reached the area of support. So this area hasn't been reached in the other ones. It actually has in AUD CHF. Okay, so we've already tapped in and bounced. Okay, so that tells me that that's still a strong area of support. So we need to dive a little deeper here into the 4 hour and hourly because this might not be out of the other three we went over. This one would be least likely to go short and have a good risk reward. Okay, because we're already basically at the target. All right, so here's what we can see. Head, shoulders, just like the other ones. They all form a similar pattern. That's what you'll find out the more you look at charts. So head, shoulder, I don't need to go over this again, but I am. Head and shoulders broke the neckline here on the 4 hour, and then you'll get a retest on the 1 hour. So break, retest, okay? Break, retest, and then continuation to the downside. So if you don't always, you're not going to see retests all the time on the daily or on the 4 hourly. When you do, it's spent a significant amount of time retesting, and it's going to end up uh, accumulating orders and give a larger move when you see the retest on the actual daily chart or the 4 hour chart. You're going to get some pretty massive moves to the upside or the downside. But when you don't see the rejection and when you don't see the retest on the daily or the 4 hourly, you can always look to the hour, look to the 15, look to the 30 for a rejection. And it'll always be there. It might not reach the level, but it'll always be there in some form, some sort of retest and reject, and then continuation. But to get the most out of that, um, you'll want to see it on a 4 hour or a daily. But the hourly will do just fine. You catch a lot of pips, a lot of moves on the hourly chart. So let's look back in here to the, the head shoulder break, retest. All right, so we have the break here with this candle. Accumulate, retest, reject. So you can see the accumulation of orders is here. It's the area here. And then it blasts off. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and erase this. We've went over head and shoulders. All right, and then where did price go? So let's look at 4 hour. It's a little bit more clear. Price went to the next level of support, which is, this is, if we're looking at the other charts, they haven't quite reached that area yet because they all have basically the same structure. They just haven't, the others haven't reached that target in the structure. So, AUD CHF might go lower. I know that CHF has been strong past couple of weeks. So it could go lower than that. Like potentially we'll go to the daily. So we could end up targeting, down in these lows. 63.5, okay? However, it's tapped that, rejected, and rejected here. So we have a level here. Nice rejection, bearish engulfing, coming back to retest. Okay. So now you're telling yourself, what are we looking for? We're looking for the break of structure or the continuation. High, lower high, lower high, low, lower low. Looking for a lower low. Okay. Just like we talk about looking for a lower low, this general area will form the lower low. But like I said, we need to break this high if we're going to go bullish. And that's not looking too good right now. Look at the rejection here on the 1 hour. Look at all the rejections here on the 15. Giant wick. Giant candle on a 15-minute. Okay, so US market's opening up. We should see, the general direction, we might get some buys in the stock market today, which will lead to a retracement here into this area. I'm not really seeing a full reversal in the stock market, in the U.S. equities. So if we do reject in here, I'm not looking for it to break this high, to be honest. Um, I'm not looking for that. I don't think that's going to happen. There's too much going on right now in the world, and especially the U.S. economy. Coronavirus is coming back strong, especially here in Florida. We've um, almost tripled our daily rate of cases, um, and that's tripling the peak in March. So, we'll see. But yeah, what we're looking for, same as the other pairs, okay? Same as the other pairs. Break of the structure, retest of the structure. So we're wanting it to come up here. If we want to go bullish, we want it to come here, break through here, retest, buy here, and then off to the races. If we're going to go bearish, we could come up, wiggle around, retest, reject, and then shoot off to the downside, or we could shoot off to the downside right here. We've already made a low. We've already made a lower high. If this is our lower high, you know, we'll just shoot off from here down to 63.5. But for the time being, we're kind of just sitting on our hands Monday, waiting on the market to play, and then we'll join in. But what you can see occurring right now is this structure being tested here. Okay. Support, 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 break, resistance, resistance. So structure, structure, structure. Horizontal level, horizontal level, horizontal level, zone of friction, all those. Okay. All these encompass what we're talking about. So that's the zone we're in right now. That's the zone we're playing with. Like if you're gonna take a trade, if you're gonna take a sell today, you can take it from this zone. If not, it breaks through. You take it from this zone. You want to trade in the zone. I've actually never read that book, but I assume that's what it's talking about. Because why would you make a book trading in the zone, and not talk about trading in the zone? Okay, trading in the levels, trading in the zones, trading in the regions, trading in the areas of friction. Okay, so let's look. 15-minute, we're in the zone. We got the rejection. Now what? We're just gonna sell? No, it's gonna build. It's gonna build. It's gonna consolidate. If we're gonna accumulate orders, it's gonna go sideways for a bit, and then it's going to crash. But considering U.S. market's already open, it's already established a nice, strong candle. It's very likely we go up into this region here and start rejecting, and then maybe get a sell off in the Asian session. But we'll see. We will see. Like I said, right now, not trading this. I'm just gonna kind of sit on my hands and watch, which is where you learn. This is where you learn. You sit on your hands and you watch the market, you watch the wicks, you watch the sticks, and you get better. But yeah. So I'm gonna remove that. I don't need to see that. Like I said, you want to keep it clean, you want to keep it simple, you want to keep it basic. The more complex you make this stuff, the worse you're gonna do. That's really, the more indicators you use, the more trading system strategies, robot. I mean, there's all kinds of shit you can do to make your trading better, according to the people that sell it. But honestly, you don't need anything. You just need the chart. You just need a chart, you just need your eyes. You don't even need all these drawing tools. These just help to enable you to trade a lot of pairs because you can mark them up and they save, and you can just check them every day. Check them every day. Check your markings of the zones, and when it's there, you look for a trade. Yeah. So let's look at targets. Potential upside target. Well, potential upside target number one. Target would be here for a trade. No, we're gonna enter. Remember, break, retest, enter. So let's see. Potential long target. I'm gonna go on this support here, which would be an area of resistance now. Would be a good target to start. Take a little profit there. Once you get a break, it's gonna retest down into the level. It won't just. I mean, it might just retest and tap, but say we get it down halfway into the level, it's about 66 pips. You can take some profit there. All right, so that's going to be easy target number one. If it breaks here, retests, guaranteed to hit that, okay? Now, other targets, obviously high here, 6,700, key level there, that we've already looked at on the weekly and the daily. So that could be end of the week target, or depending on the volatility here, that could be like a Wednesday target or something. It just depends on how the market moves. So that's, 150 pips. That's good for AUDCHF. Beyond that, for an upside, 685. That might be very end of the week, potentially, if it just continues up, or it could be early next week. It just depends on what the market does, but that's a pretty good range. 350 pips. The way I look at potential to get there is just looking at the pips, looking at the candles in the past, It's going to change every week, every month because of the volatility. So daily, 125. We're about 250. I mean, you're looking, that's about a 350 pip move for the week. Last week, um, let's see, where do we start? Here. So let's see. Last week we had about a 300 move. All right, 300 pip move. So you can expect another 300 pip move, okay? Until the market settles down. Like here, coronavirus, the inauguration of it, the initiation of it, we had massive moves. Boom. In a week, 600 pips, okay? Double what we're doing now. So it all depends on the past, which is like everything in the market. Anyhow, those are the targets for the upside. Downside, of course, we already have 63.5 marked. Now you could take one here, okay, reach that low from here if you sell here, or if you sell here, it's still going to be a good risk reward. About 80 pips. Up here, it'd be about 100 pips. You could take a little profit there, and then if it breaks that support, take it all the way down. All right. That's about as far as we're going to go on AUDCHF. If it gets down to this level, we'll reconsider and reevaluate. But for now, that's going to be our area of focus here. And yeah, I like to trade the 1 hour, so I'll get in on the 1 hour if I'm about to make a move. I'll make sure the candle closes on the 1 hour. And then I'll go into the 15, 10, 5, 30, anywhere in here where I can see some good action. Usually 15, I'll see some good wicking, some good aggressive movement towards my direction, and I'll take the trade. Okay, but it's always important to. I can't tell you I've traded the 15. I've looked at the 1 hour and it's looking good. It's like busting through for a sell. Go to the 15, it's looking great. Take the sell, go back to the 1 hour, and it's still got 20 minutes left to the close. And within those 20 minutes, it can do anything. Within those 20 minutes, it can reverse and do all kinds of funky stuff. So it's good to let that hour candle that you're looking at, you want to wait for that to close and then you make your move. Okay, print that level, print that candle that you think's going to happen. Wait for it to actually happen and print, and then enter. Because more than likely it's going to go in your direction. It'll print in your direction. If it does print in your direction, it's going to retrace a little bit. You'll have time to get back in. You don't have to worry about missing out. You know, it's going to commit, it's going to print, and then it's going to retest. Okay, it might not. It might just explode. But then you can jump on it. You can jump on it. I mean, if you see that candle print and you see it's not retesting, just jump on it and set your stop loss above where you were. Just enter a lower lot size. All right. Anyway, that's gonna be it for AUDCHF. Yeah, we'll resume with AUD NZD next. Logging off.